This is the Hustler's Corner.
Welcome to the Hustler's Corner, ladies and gentlemen. Big homie Smuda Archer. First thing we're gonna do, straight to that shop sign over there on the count of 1, 2, 3. Click, 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 click. Thank you very much for clicking. Let's go to that subscribe button. Click. Don't forget to switch on that notification bell. A quick one, guys. Don't be afraid to downgrade. Don't be ashamed of downgrading. Don't be afraid of being honest to yourself. That's the first thing you gotta do. Look at yourself in the mirror and be like, am I living a lie? Am I being honest to myself? Am I being honest to who I really am? Am I living the life that the public sees, that when doors are closed and I'm all by myself, I am happy with? Because the reason why I'm doing this video, we all come from the hood, and I'm talking about black people who come from communities where we grew up with nothing. And as we grow up, we seek validation through the type of clothes we believe we should wear, the type of cars we believe we should drive, the type of crowds we aspire to hang around with, right? A lot of us, we end up putting ourselves in a trap where I like calling it hustling backwards. You're hustling backwards because in public you look good, you're driving nice, you're smelling good, and you're looking great. But deep down internally, you know what you are bleeding. You are bleeding maybe because you're living beyond your means. Out there, people give you likes, they give you engagement, you got clout. Magniga zaboka. Bashaga nje na udlulela phana ngapanekasi nekara kawinja na ufera lapha nechisa nyama umuntu ebantwini ngaphani. But deep down, you are bleeding because you are living beyond your means. And you are even ashamed of downgrading because what are people going to say when they no longer see me driving that Audi? They no longer see me driving that Merc. They no longer see me driving that BMW. What are they going to say all of a sudden when I'm starting to drive a small car? Or what are they going to say all of a sudden when I start using Uber? What are they going to say all of a sudden when I no longer dress the way I used to? It's okay to downgrade. As I did say, guys, the first thing you gotta do is to start being honest with yourself. Look at your finances. Make the right decisions. Are you making the right decisions for the future of your child? Are you making the right decisions for the future of your family? Are you making the right decisions for your own future? I'm speaking like this because I'm from there. I've been very blessed because I'm a hard worker and I'm a hustler, right? And when I had to take a decision, guys, and be like, you know what, Smuda, you have to be honest with yourself. You have to look at yourself in the mirror and be honest and say, do I continue like this? Or do I make the difficult decision of canceling everything, getting rid of all these expensive vehicles, expensive what, stop living this extravagant lifestyle, going out, paying high bills all the time, expensive alcohol, being seen out there, and I'm just gonna decide, do I continue with that life or do I become honest with myself and press the reset button and start all over again? Go get life insurance. Go get medical aid. Go get insurance for your car. Whatever car, small car that you go. And when I'm saying downgrade, I'm not saying get rid of the car because we need the car to hustle. And when I'm saying downgrade, I'm not saying go get an ugly car. You can still get a decent car that is either second hand. That doesn't have to be an extravagant car that costs you a certain amount of money every month that you know deep down that you can't afford. But just because of people's perception out there or people's validation, you're bleeding inside, but in public, you're fighting as much as you can to try and appeal or look like you're doing well. Difficult decisions have to be made, guys. We're all hustling out here. We're all building businesses out here. We have to start thinking long term. We have to start thinking like an investor's mentality. Why is it that all of the most successful people don't really need clothes to validate themselves? Yes, when you are in the business world, you have to look a certain way. I'm not saying downgrade and just look like nonsense. No, I'm just saying just be honest with yourself. Whenever you know what's right for you, and whenever you know the type of work that you do or the industry that you're in, what does it require from you? There's a lot of unnecessary things when you I always say to people, your report card in life financially is your bank statements. When you start looking at your bank statements as you Inc., like me Inc., me incorporated as a company, when I look at that's why when you're asking for a loan at the bank to buy anything, they want your 6 months bank statements or your 3 months bank statements. So you have to look at your bank statements, maybe say for the past 5 years or however long you've been working, and look at them. Tick things. Are all those things necessary? Do you really have to be buying things at Woolworths rather than you building your own garden behind your house and having your own food? Do you really have to be paying 20K a month for a car or 10K a month for a car when you could be paying 3.5 or 4K, including with insurance, maybe half of that amount? Do you really need to be living in that house that is costing you like 40 grand a month or 30 grand, 20 grand a month, when you know you're bleeding, you don't even have enough access to play around every month? Are you even investing? Do you even know what easy equities is? Do you know what cryptocurrency is? Do you know what Bitcoin is? Do you know what passive income is? Do you know all of these different things as far as your money working for you is? Guys, it's time we start making those difficult decisions and we look at ourselves. We go get your banking statements from the bank, look at them, tick everything. Anything that is unnecessary, downgrade. Either get rid of it or downgrade. It's time to downgrade, guys. It's time to start being honest with yourself. And guess what? Let me tell you here, as far as my experience is concerned, when you downgrade, you're gonna lose a lot of people. Because now you're no longer paying the bills or going out partying as much as you used to. You're no longer driving that nice car that everybody likes you for. You're no longer maybe dressing those expensive. You already have those clothes. Why don't you just rather play around with the old clothes that you have instead of always buying new expensive clothes? Why doesn't that money go into your children's investment account? Why doesn't that money go into your next property investment or whatever investments that you are getting into? Why don't you start thinking for the future as opposed to thinking for now? You can downgrade. You can humble yourself. You can press that reset button. You can start all over again. You can get rid of that ABS, Abantu Bazotini syndrome. I'm from there. I've done it. My life is starting to change for the better, and I'm the most happiest person I can ever be. I did that in 2015. Now it's 2021. Time flies. It's almost 2022. My things that I've been working hard for ever since I started downgrading, they're starting to blossom. All of the things that I've been watering with all of the hard work and forgetting what friends are going to say, forgetting what people are going to say, my things are starting to grow. And I'm starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. I'm starting to smile. And stop comparing yourself with your peers. Your peers are getting married, they're buying expensive cars, they're living this type of lifestyle. Forget about FOMO. Humble yourself. Go back home if you have to. Downgrade that home, move out of that home if you have, even if you have to go back to your parents' home so you can start all over again, flip and do that if you have to. Downgrade, it's okay. You can downgrade Mdansekai. You can downgrade Mwanakocha, it's okay. You're not gonna die. But I'm telling you, when you do come back, you're gonna be better than you've ever been before, because now you're not going to look rich. You will be really, really rich. And that is my advice to you. It is okay to downgrade. It is okay to start all over again. It is okay to just press that reset button and say, you know what? Probably these strategies haven't been working. It's time for me to change and start all over again and fix my life. Because the day you are 55 years old, you'll be on your own, looking at yourself in the mirror. The energy is gone. You can't hustle as much as you used to. And you know you're not going to get phone calls anymore because you don't have money anymore. You don't have the energy to even go create that money anymore. So rather do it now while you still have the energy. We all make mistakes. You've made those mistakes. It's okay. I've made those mistakes. That's why I'm here. I'm using my own experiences to try and help you guys. So I have already paid the school fees on your behalf. You don't have to go through and pay that school fees for a couple of years and then only regret later.
This is the Hustler's Corner.